A little sneak peek.
Okay, so we got Zigma
Ooh.
playing Zawan in the green up against Maps, aka Marcomapps, playing Wulfar in the pink. And welcome to Rift Wars. This is a very interesting map made by community member Goose. And you did a really good job on this. I think it's like a really cool idea. There is a bunch of gateways, you can teleport between all the different fronts. And there is a stronghold on 2 fronts per side in like the 3 sections. So the center one has a stronghold for both players, and then for player 1 it's the bottom right, and for player 2 it's the top left.
I gotta say, some of the maps Goose makes just blows my mind. I mean, this is an entirely different take on the game, and I love it.
It is, and like it really makes use of portals existed in Wargroove 1, but they had to be done via like scripting and scenarios.
Yeah.
And in Wargroove 2, this is like taking full advantage of that, right? And we've seen some use of portals, but not too much because they're really difficult to balance around. But for something like this, I think they're perfect. Like you're creating something that's very different, and I am excited to see how this plays out. And there are gates, and I don't know how sturdy they are because obviously they have 100% health, but I don't know what their durability is. If someone in chat happens to know, that would be good. But right now, ooh, we're seeing a lot of pressure on this stronghold in the bottom right, with both commander and sword heading towards it. And
Yeah, it looks to me that that's really hard to defend because you can only deploy swords through the portal for quick access to defense and or air units.
yeah, I'm wondering how both players are going to defend this. I do know that there was an update to the map posted fairly quickly, so I'm wondering if we're going to see some early commander cheese here.
I wonder how much groove they'll have by the time cheesing comes online.
Looking like 64% for Wulfar. Okay, it's probably going to go up quite a bit as this village goes down. Is there tier 1? No, not quite yet. And on the side of Zigma, what are they looking at? 42, so quite a bit away from Groove, but I do feel like taking the tower actually is really important. And both players playing aggressive. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to throw everything at my aggressive front now.
Yeah, this is really base racy. I mean, if you can get to that HQ before the defenders come in, you can farm free dudes. I'm actually surprised that Maps didn't go in further with Wulfar, because you could kill a dog every turn, build groove, take out the stronghold once you get a knight in there.
Oh, and now we see Wulfar Groove up. Already well on the way to tier 2 as well, 120%.
But Zigma does have a defense built up. Meanwhile, Micromaps does not have as much of a defense near their stronghold. I like the archer, but there's nothing standing in front of it, and yeah, Zawan just goes up and whacks it. I think that is the optimal play.
It has a village behind, ooh, and a mage too. Oh, that's really brutal. I think this might just be game. There's now a knight. I don't know if that knight's in position to crit next turn, but I don't know if it really matters at this point. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think it is. She is in crit range, so might just be GG for Maps. And this will be a fairly quick game of Rift Wars, I think. And I guess this is like something that every map maker needs to look out for, and this is not a slight at all against Goose or anybody. This has happened to everybody, that you can plan out this map, you can have like people test it, have a lot of great games, and then the moment people are like, oh, I'm gonna take it a little bit more seriously, they're just like, bam, like you suddenly find like, super early pressure. And oh, even blocks off the portal. Oh, that's so cruel. Come on, Zigma,
Yeah.
you already won. You didn't need to.
Wow. Well, you know what they say: a tiger will fight a rabbit with all of its strength. You've gotta try your best to make sure you win.
I like that saying. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to remember that one.
I'm probably botching it, honestly. I don't think the original's in English, but
I mean, I feel like the point comes across quite well though, which is generally like the more important thing when it comes to a saying like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, well played, Sigma. Gonna take it pretty cleanly. There has since been an update to this map, so we might get to see the updated version. I don't quite know what changes were made, but I think this is a lesson for not just map makers, but everybody, like or players as well, that strongholds are very vulnerable if you aren't paying as close attention. And also, neither player really captured the tower that quickly, so I wonder if that kind of became a big factor too.
Yeah, I think the fact that you could only deploy swords, spears, basically things that with mountain movement in order to defend the stronghold was very well, it was the large part of the problem, because if your commander can just stand next to it and smack it before you have enough money to put big things there, it's going to be a base race. There's no way around it.
Yep, very much true. I do wonder if early mage would be quite good on this map. I'm not sure, but like just on the defense, because it's got that maneuverability. I think capturing that village below your stronghold is also very important to like deny the enemy commander from getting it. Just because, yeah, if they get that village, then they can just walk back and heal off of it very well. So
yeah, I think this map has a brilliant concept. It is a genius concept. I love it. But that particular stronghold needs to be reworked. It's just there's too much pressure there.
yeah. Well played to Zigma. I mean, you got to give credit to players that spot things like that and take advantage. So, yeah, we're gonna go on to the next game.